Very good evening, participant. Today, it is our fifth day of workshop. In the PERMAV model, you can see that PERMA, M, I think you have got A is going to be discussed by uh, Dr. Chandra. I think you all know that she's the coordinator for this workshop and most active participant. When we floated this workshop on first version, she is the person who was there in all the session. And I can say that without any support from my side or team members, she has prepared amazing content for accomplishment. Really appreciate for that component. I hope at the end of the session also you can able to say the same kind of word. I welcome Dr. Chandra for today's session and also the participants over here. I hope we'll have the fruitful learning in another 60 minutes. Over to you, Dr. Chandra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the nice and warm welcome. And thank you for the opportunity and for the trust you had in me. I hope to keep up your words with this session. And good evening to all the participants here. And as Sar said, today we are going to deal with the fifth element of the PERMAV model. It is accomplishments. So before to begin the session, I just wanted to let you know what means accomplishment. So accomplishment is something that we wanted to achieve. So it can be a goal, it can be a task, or it can be a small activity or an ambition. And when we achieve it successfully, we call it accomplishment. We all know that Martin Seligman, who is the father of positive psychology, he argues something about accomplishment. What he says that accomplishment is something that people seek even in the absence of other aspects of full life. For example, you all know about positive emotions in life. You all know how to keep life engaging, and we know how can we derive a good meaning of our life. But even if these elements are present, it is important that somebody will be behind something, and that is accomplishment. It is according to Martin Seligman. So before we start the session as such, I'd like to request the participants to spend a minute on these questions, and then we will proceed further to understand more about accomplishment, and I'm happy to share what I have learned about it. So here are two questions I have put. One or two things that you wanted to achieve in your life, or one or two things that you want to achieve, accomplish, and how much time would you need for that? Can you hear me? I want you to react. Yeah. I want you to react to these questions, and I'll give you a minute for this. And please respond. Please write down one or two things that you want to achieve, or one or two things that you want to accomplish. And how much time would you need? Just write down in a paper, and I will be back in a minute with you. So I have received a response from Muthu sir, bringing a major social transformation in the world. Good. So Shana ma'am, as I told you in the previous sessions, language is not at all a barrier. Please do come up and participate. We'll be glad to hear to you. See, as I said in the earlier slide, accomplishment is something about achieving a goal or a task or an ambition. And Muthu sir has said he wanted to bring out a social transformation, and he wanted 25 to 30 years. I want 2 years to accomplish my goal is from Sangeeta ma'am. And can you please tell what is your goal that you wanted to achieve? You can share with us.
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to become a holistic healer, and I've just tried to learning something regarding this, and I got many things. I learned many things, but self work is a self work. I did not did whatever I wanted to, so I decided. I will give 2 years to achieve my goals, and I am seeing in future as in a good counselor, as a good holistic healer, or whatever I wanted to learn to give back to the society. For that, I require 2 years, which I set the goal regarding this, and I wanted to accomplish all my goals, dreams, and whatever I wanted to achieve. That's a target which I gave it myself.
Happy to know, ma'am, and I'm wishing you all the best here. So if you notice the questions that I have asked to you, there are two different words that you see. Something that you want to achieve and something that you want to accomplish. So from this, we understand there is a difference between achieving and accomplishing. So it is just a minor difference, but still they are different. Okay. So a wish is a desire a person can have. See, like I wish to have a nice kurta for a ceremony. I wish to have a nice car for the family. It's a wish. Okay. So a wish is just a desire that a person can have, but a wish with a plan becomes a goal. So this is the difference between wish and a goal. And I can clearly see that you have got goals to achieve in life. And I wish that happens to you in the time frame that you have decided to achieve it. So coming to the next one, I want you to understand what is the difference between, why did I ask achieve or accomplish? There is a difference. So I had the opportunity while preparing this slides to clearly understand what is the difference, and I'm happy to share that with you here. So achievement is something that you have reached. Accomplishment is something that you complete it holistically and finish it. So to achieve is you have to put a lot of efforts in it and to achieve. Accomplishment also needs efforts, but you complete it fully. So when you come to achievement, it is about self. It is about individual. So when you wanted to do something for yourself, for example, if you want to win a race, or you want to become an athlete, or you want to get a nice degree in the sense you want to become a doctor or whatever you want. So this is for yourself. So, and when you achieve that, it becomes an achievement. Accomplishment is something which results in positive progression for more than one person. When you see the picture that I have put here, achievement is self. You know, the boy is so happy after achieving something. But when it comes to accomplishment, there are a group of children who have done something together and they have accomplished it. So this is just a hairline difference that we can see between achievement and accomplishment. So after discussing about what is achievement and what is accomplishment, I'm here to share the, the outcomes when you feel you're accomplished. Considered to be the ways of a holistic well-being. So what are the things that you can obtain with a sense of accomplishment? How accomplishment is very important to you. So these are the things that can bring. You can build positivity. So when you accomplish, big or small, when you accomplish something, you feel really good. There is a positive aura in yourself, and that keeps you motivated. So only when you accomplish, you also feel a better sense of gratitude. And when we are achieving something or accomplishing something, you can easily identify where we are strong and where you have to improve yourself to move forward. Also, accomplishment is set to strengthen your resilience. You all know that resilience is bouncing back from an affected state to a normal state. So accomplishment gives you that strength. And as I told you, achieving is quite different from accomplishment. So smaller accomplishments can give motivation, can help you set and achieve your goals. Accomplishment, when you accomplish something, the first feeling that gives to you is happiness or joy. So we all think that accomplishing is really smaller, but it can give these kind of benefits for us in our lives. I've got few quotes which I found interesting. So according to Thomas, nothing builds self-esteem and self-confidence like accomplishment. So he believes that accomplishment is the main thing for a person to feel high level of self-esteem and also high level of self-confidence. We all know that apple a day keeps the doctor away. But there is one new thing that I have seen. Maybe it's new to me, not to you, but I'm just sharing with you here. Some grapes a day keeps the psychiatrist away. So what is grapes? It's an acronym here. So G for gentleness, R for relaxation, A for accomplishment, P for pleasure, E for exercise, and S for social. So of all the elements that we have learned so far, accomplishment finds an important place in this grapes thing. So accomplishment makes you feel good about your abilities, about your capabilities, about your strength. So these are the important things that we have to take in life and feel positive and move forward to achieve more and more. And here is one saying that whether it is a big or a small accomplishment, that helps you reward the circuitry of our brains. Please remember this. I'm going to explain in detail how this accomplishment will reward our brain circuitry. When it comes to accomplishment, we all talk about goals. Without goals, accomplishment can't exist, because knowingly or unknowingly, we set our own goals and we are working towards it. Maybe not all of us have a very structured plan to achieve it, but still we have. And there are two types of goals that we see here. One is intrinsic and one is extrinsic. What is intrinsic goals? Like I said, achievement is about self and accomplishment is about a group. Intrinsic is about self-worth. You're chasing something for yourself, from yourself. So it is all about self-worth, knowledge, growth, passion, dedication, fun, purpose, and many more. Whereas extrinsic goal is out of yourself. It is more materialistic. That is more of values, and extrinsic is more of materialistic thing. And you have to run behind something to achieve it until the end. So it is extrinsic thing. So intrinsic is more of values and extrinsic is more of materialistic things. So for example, if you are working in an organization or a company, whatever, in your job, you run behind deadlines because, deadlines never die. They always exist. Because whenever you finish one project, the next comes up and you have to run behind the next deadline. So it is always about materialistic things. You work for social status. You just forget what you really need, and you want to show that you are living a better life to other people. And we are behind money, and we are behind more of that's what I said, materialistic things. Okay, so it is the two different types of goals that exist, and we have to decide what we are really focusing for and how we are working towards it. You must have been aware when coming to the goal setting. We all know that it's important to set our SMART goals. So S stands for specific, M for measurable, A for attainable, O for realistic, and T for time bound. So how come the SMART goals helps us in better accomplishment or achievement? Whenever we set a goal, we have to set it specific. For example, in an examination, if we want to secure nice marks, we have to aim, I have to secure 90%. It's good marks. 70 is good to someone, 60 is good to someone, 80 is good to someone. So being specific in goal setting is very important as a first step. Okay, so when it comes to measurable goals, it is important that you can measure how much, how many, and how. The matter of how comes here. If you can't measure how, then it is something like, it is something huge and something big that you can't see. We have to be focused. For that, we need to know how much. And when it comes to attainable goals, okay, if you want to run in a running race, and if you want to say, I want to do running in 3 seconds, 100 meters, and you all know what Usain Bolt has set a world record. 3 seconds is not unattainable, and it is not realistic also. So it is important to set an attainable and realistic goal and let it be time bound. For example, when Sangeeta ma'am said she wants to become a holistic healer and a good counselor, she wanted to work towards it in 2 years and then become one. That's good. It is time bound. Without fixing the time frame, if you say, I want to get a doctorate degree in my life, is it good? No, because life is quite long And if you are not specifying your time when you want to achieve it, it can be like 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years. Maybe certain goals need many more years, but at least we should know within how much time we will be able to achieve it. So when we set a goal, you always remember SMART. So it is like specific, it should be measurable, it should be attainable, realistic, and time bound. And also, there are some people who have extended a version of the SMART goal. What they say is like, even in some case, if we are not able to achieve it, we should know the next contingency step to take it forward. Don't withdraw what you have aimed. For example, I wish Sangeeta ma'am will achieve it in 2 years. Due to certain circumstances, due to anything, if there is a little bit delay, that's okay. Please feel positive and take it forward. That is also important in this kind of goal setting. So when we can fix a SMART goal with a contingency plan, I'm sure we are going to be at it. Here is something interesting. I have put some important learnings from Dr. Angela Duckworth. And you know, she has developed a grit concept. When it comes to accomplishment, it is about self-confidence and grit. Grit is something related to perseverance. So you have to, when you wanted to achieve something, what are the ways you can think to achieve it? So she has mentioned three important things. In the next three slides, we are going to see how we have to feel motivated and how motivation helps to accomplish certain things. So the first thing what she found was we have to link our goals to values. So when there are certain values related to achieving a particular goal, we have also got to concentrate on those values. Then we can definitely achieve success. And she has told, make well-being a goal. So it is also important not just concentrating on one factor. When there is a goal, we have to take it in a holistic perspective, and we also have to concentrate on our personal growth and also the connection with other people, and this will result in increased well-being. Take a positive approach. There are people who are optimistic and there are some people who are pessimistic. Pessimistic, as you know, it is all about dealing with negative things, and these days nobody wants to be like, have that kind of thinking. So people with an optimistic thinking or believed, as you know, when you think it is possible and I can do it, then it is possible. So with the pessimistic thing, things can't be achieved. It takes longer time to change yourself and to achieve the goal. But with an optimistic point of view, you are more likely to achieve the goals. She says how you can develop accomplishment. There are three ways. As I told in the previous slide, if a goal is bigger, and if we have a broader plan, and to feel more positive and to feel more motivated, you have to divide your goals into sub goals. And when you achieve every step, you feel accomplished, and that gives a positive feeling in your body, mind, and also you feel motivated, and then you take that to the next step. So it is also important to divide your goals into sub goals. Include values. As I said earlier, there are certain values attached to the goals. You have to also concentrate on that values, and then if it is linked to the goals, then it is easy for you to feel accomplished. Adopt a positive growth mindset approach. So what you think about achieving something is more important. It is all about motivation. Feel motivated, feel it is possible. So when it is happening, you always have to think how that goal can be achieved in a better way. Even if it is not happening, do not worry. Learn from the mistakes, find another plan, do it, and then finally you achieve it. These are the three different ways that you can use to develop accomplishment. So from reasons to celebrate accomplishment, we said about what are the ways that we can use to have a sense of accomplishment, and what are the different things that you have to follow. But here are some reasons. So celebrating is an important part of life. And most people say that life itself is a celebration. It's a blessing. Okay. So when we are born, that's it. We are blessed. So it is a nice chance to live our lives. You all know that life is once and it is short. So it is important to live it to the fullest. So why we have to celebrate accomplishment? It is about setting your mindset. As I told you earlier, if you are celebrating smaller things, then you always feel motivated to achieve more and more and achieve something bigger. So be it a small or a bigger thing, always celebrate it. That helps you for a better mindset and it increases motivation. It also helps you to continue to learn. As we all know that even if we are positive that we can achieve it, and if you are always feeling positive, you're an optimistic person, mistakes do happen. Please do not worry and do not stop there. Continue to learn, continue to adapt. You can't avoid certain things, you can't alter certain things, but you can definitely adapt yourself. We should not expect change from outside to happen. It is us who has to bring the change in the first place. So it is important to continue our learning process in life, learn from the mistakes, and try not to repeat the same mistake. Accomplishment helps in inspiring others. How? A lot of people or all of us do accomplish in our everyday life. But how do we inspire others by accomplishing? When you celebrate, you can transfer that feeling to others. When you celebrate your little accomplishment, and there is a lot of people in your network or in the social life that see you and that follows you, who follows you. And by the way you celebrate your life, I'm sure at least you're going to touch few other lives by inspiring them how to celebrate accomplishment. And it's going to build your confidence. As I told you in the beginning, accomplishment is one thing, the best thing to build your self-esteem and self-confidence. So for motivation, for a positive mindset, to inspire and to feel confident, we have to celebrate our accomplishment. In the first place, that there are some research studies which explains accomplishment can reward your brain circuitry. And here we see two important people, Teresa Amabel and Stephen Kramer, who have researched a lot of years, and they are from the Harvard Business School. They have spent 15 years approximately to study how tiny achievements can bring a lot of changes in your brain. So what they have done is they have mainly focused on studying the inner work-life elements. So they have worked with 26 project teams and they were from 7 different companies. So there were 238 individuals who have participated in the study, and they have analyzed and assessed 12,000 diary entries from these participants. So here is one of the entry a programmer has written in his diary. He has said, I smashed that bug that has been frustrating me for almost a calendar week. That may not be an event to you, but I live a very drab life. So I'm all hyped. Can you understand the feeling from here? It is not just a big thing to you, but to me, I'm feeling hyped now. So what they have understood from the work-life elements is positive inner work-life element. So what is inner work-life element? It is the combination of emotions, perceptions, and motivation of a person in a day-to-day life at the work environment. This is the inner work-life element. These three components, if they are going to be positive for a person in the work environment, it is going to increase the creativity, productivity, commitment, and collegiality. Collegiality is how you have a relationship between your companion in office environment. So when the emotions, perceptions, and motivation, if it is going to be positive, then we are sure we are going to achieve something really nice and good for us and also for the other people. So what they have found is progress in a work is not only about long-term goals and major breakthroughs. Even smaller things can bring you a good sense of accomplishment. So what is the science that is behind the circuitry reward? So as we keep talking about the accomplishments, big or small, it activates our brain. How? So when you feel accomplished, the pathway of that particular thing in the brain is open. You see, dopamine, endorphin, oxytocin, and serotonin are the 4 happy chemicals that are released when a person is at an excited state, being happy or joyful. So, especially the neurotransmitter dopamine, it is released when you feel accomplished. These are the chemicals that are responsible for making you feel that you have achieved or that you are about to feel proud of. This energizes us, and this happens very naturally, and it gives us a feel good thing. So these chemicals are not only the expression of the reward, but also it motivates us. And whenever you feel to achieve, or when you have achieved, these will trigger in the first place to keep you motivated. So these are the important chemicals that works in the brain, and such a lot of things happens in our brain, and we might not be aware of. So that is why people always wanted to be happy, and we keep insisting to live a positive and a happy life. So when the brain is becoming more rewarded and more motivated, there is a good flow of energy and aura within ourselves, and we can be happy throughout. But I also agree that happiness is an aim for most of us, but there are also other emotions that comes and goes. But if we can strive hard, as Suresh Kumar sir said yesterday, if you are just going to concentrate only on the positive emotions, there is no place for the negative emotions to come inside. These are the things that we have to understand. If we are really understanding the science behind a happening, I think we will really remember better, and also we work towards it. Here I've given some of the ways to celebrate accomplishments. We were talking about why we have to celebrate accomplishment. Okay. But celebration, it doesn't have to happen like with crackers or with a big party or with a big gathering of friends and family. It don't have to be like that. Accomplishment is a good feeling that is given to you by your own brain. What are you giving back to that? Just celebrate it. Be thankful. That's what Sar said also yesterday, that gratitude is one way of, is the best way of emoting yourself positively. So when we are trying out simple things and then we can do one of these things that are being here, then definitely you're feeling grateful to yourself for being accomplished. Just think from your side, and then definitely to keep it simple, yesterday in the session of positive emotions, Suresh sir was telling that gratitude can happen in two ways. Okay. One, feeling grateful to others for what help they have done to you. And two is feeling grateful to yourself and also having an appreciating attitude to your achievements and also to other achievements. Accomplishment is one such thing. When you're feeling accomplished from your own effort, then you have to definitely celebrate it and be grateful to yourself and for your efforts or for whoever who have helped you in achieving it. That is the best thing to show your gratitude. So here are some of the simpler things that you can. I would read out some of these. For example, have a drink with your friend, whatever you prefer, and buy yourself something new. If you have accomplished some new dress, just wear it and feel good, or go for a run. Whistling itself is some people do pat their own self when they achieve or accomplish something. Some people will shout hooray, and some people will these are just express yourself when you feel accomplished in your own way, but right away. You don't have to wait for some moment or some time, and that feeling is lost actually. If you have accomplished something, celebrate it right away in your own way. You don't have to follow this list. I just wanted to share with you this because we would have not imagined these many ways are there to celebrate accomplishments. That is why I have put this list here. But please do celebrate. So stop dreaming and start doing. We all have a plan to accomplish. We dream about achieving it, but should we just dream about it or start doing it? So it is important to take the first step. Okay. So how do we take the first step? We have to change the theories into practice. We have studied a lot of theories. We would have studied a lot of theories, but always sticking to the theories and understanding them inside the brain doesn't help much better. So we have to frame a plan, putting that theory into practice. Everybody have got your own beliefs and our own beliefs. We have to try bringing them into reality. And as I told you already, goal setting is very important in accomplishment, and it is good if we can set our SMART goals. Self-acceptance is also important because you are the best person to know you. You know what is possible by you, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, where you can improve, okay, and what are the threats you have to achieve that accomplishment, whatever. And above all, you have to accept yourself. You don't have to compare yourself with anyone, and you don't estimate yourself. Just accept yourself as you are, and that is the best thing that will take you forward. Take a new responsibility. Whenever you feel accomplished, don't stop there. Try finding something new. Keep yourself engaged, keep yourself busy. Suresh sir keeps saying that an idle mind is devil's workshop. So we don't have to be idle. We have to always be positive. We have always to be open to take up new responsibilities. And we also have to concentrate on time management. There is a routine for everyone in life. If you think you have to alter that routine, or if you have to alter the work-life balance, please go ahead. That is one important step in accomplishing things. So learn something new. You don't have to do something all the time, like that you can see in a bigger size. Learning a new language, learning a new hobby, and that also will make you feel accomplished. So whatever that we want in life doesn't come to us. It is us. We have to go and chase it and achieve it. And that's all about achievement or accomplishment. So you can always plan a long-term project to keep yourself busy, to keep yourself engaged, to keep yourself feel good. So it can be anything that is already existing, or it can be a do-it-yourself idea, whatever it is. So altogether, let us put the theories into practice. Let us bring our belief system into reality with a smart and accept yourself, take new responsibilities, manage your time to learn something new and build a long-term project. This thing about accomplishment journal. We have heard about stress management journal, heard about gratitude journal, and you might have heard about some other journals. And this is something that I have learned about the accomplishment journal. Why do we have to have the accomplishment journal? It is for helping ourselves. It is not for others. It is for ourselves. So how do we use the accomplishment journal? It can be on a daily basis. Begin with that, because that will be the first step. Again, I will tell you that keeps you motivated to achieve more and more and to feel good. So accomplishment is about two things. I told you, it is self-confidence and grit. And again, it is about feel good and feeling motivated. If these two things are there, you have a reason to run behind in life. It don't have to be materialistic things. I told there are many more things in intrinsic goals that values you in yourself. So it is important to concentrate on the daily basis. For example, if you plan a meal, a grand meal or a simple meal that you thought in your mind, I want to prepare a biryani with the roti or naan or with the raita or something. And if you have done that for the day, you are accomplished. Please put it on your diary. And that will tell you how spirited you are, how motivated you are, how determined you are. And that will help you. Read it regularly. And it can be a weekly basis. For example, you say, I want to sleep 8 hours a day all this week. I have not been good at it before. I'm trying to accomplish these goals in this week and take it forward in all my life. Just check if you are sleeping 8 hours compulsorily between 11 and 3. Not later than, not before also. I mean, 11 to 3 sleep is very important. So don't be awake during that time. You decide how many hours to sleep in this week. And if you have done it, you are accomplished. You have accomplished. This is a weekly basis, monthly basis. Come on, let's go for 2 movies. I'm giving an example, okay? 2 movies I have to watch this month, or I have to take my children to the park 2 times this month. If you have done that, you have accomplished. Have we ever thought about it? We have accomplished a lot of things in life, but we have not been grateful to it in ourselves, and we have not just minded about it. And always we tend to see what is not there in life. That has become human nature. Whatever we have, not all of us feel very contented and satisfied. We always long for more. So it is important to have this journal if possible, and I have given you some prompts, and there are some questions that you can answer to yourself in your diary. Okay, you must have your favorite things that you want to do, and when you achieve it, how did you feel? Have you helped others to achieve it sometime? If yes, what have you done from your side? And if you have plans to achieve something, that I told you already, there might be barriers, okay? There might be time lag, there might be some situations, because it is not just you, there are many external factors helping you to accomplish things. Okay, so you have to write about and think about all this. This will become your experience in the future, and this might help your family, your friends, yourself. So these are the important things that is coming out of an accomplishment journal. Here are some of the prompts I have given. If you go on Google, you can find many. I felt these are very important to me, so I have just shared it with you. It's the activity time. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can someone say what you see on the slide?
The winning cup.
Okay, there is a winning cup. I wanted to spend some time of yours in this to introspect yourself. Can you take a minute of time and see what would be your level of filling this cup in your life until today? Do you understand my question? இப்போ இங்க ஒரு கப் இருக்கு, அந்த கப்ல வந்து இது வந்து அக்கம்ப்ளிஷ்மெண்ட் கப் அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்றேன். அதுல வந்து நீங்க இது வரைக்கும் உங்க லைஃப்ல இந்த கப் உங்களுடைய அக்கம்ப்ளிஷ்மெண்ட்ட எந்த இடத்துல நீங்க வந்து ஃபில் பண்ணி வைக்கிறீங்க? எவ்வளவு ஃபில் பண்ணுவீங்க இந்த கப் உங்க அக்கம்ப்ளிஷ்மெண்டால அப்படின்னு நான் கேக்குறேன். Am I clear with the question?
Yes, ma'am.
This is an accomplishment cup I have shared with you. Please see, where do you fill your accomplishments of your life until today? I'll just give you a minute and I will expect an answer from you. You don't have to show me, but just tell me where you are. Okay? I just want you to think or go through whatever happened in your life in the past and see where you are with accomplishments. And if you are not able to fill, that's also okay. That could be an answer as well. I can tell you what. Okay? So who's going to tell me? Okay. I received an answer from, as I target my goals and dream to achieve 2 years. So maybe I seen this in down 5 years from today. Okay. Sulokshana ma'am, do you have an answer to tell me?
One year, in 1 year or 2 years?
No, what I'm trying to tell is, see, for example, there is one cup, okay? You can fill your accomplishment inside the cup of whatever you have achieved so far. It can be half of the cup, it can be quarter of the cup.
Madam, I didn't understand that. Where means?
Okay, இப்போ ஒரு கப் ஃபுல்லா இருக்குல்ல சுலோக்ஷனா மேம், அந்த கப்பை வந்து நீங்க இது வரைக்கும் அச்சீவ் பண்ணது இல்ல அக்கம்ப்ளிஷ் பண்ணதால ரொப்புங்க அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்றேன், நிரப்புங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்றேன்.
ஆமா.
அப்ப நீங்க அத உள்ள யூ புட்டிங் யுவர் அக்கம்ப்ளிஷ்மெண்ட் இன்சைட் த கப். அது எது வரைக்கும் நிரம்பி இருக்குன்னு சொல்லுங்கன்னு கேக்குறேன்.
அது half of the cup.
Half of the cup. Okay. Sangeeta ma'am, did you understand my question? You have to fill the cup with your accomplishments of the past, and where will be your level of the cup?
Okay. Just I'll clear it up. I think it's full by 3/4.
Okay, 3/4. Muthu sir? I couldn't see some.
So to my understanding, it's a very good question, a good exercise also. So to my understanding, the cup is full.
Full.
As on today, like for
Okay,
example, if you ask me the accomplishment which I wanted to be as on today, it is full. But in the next 20 years, it will be different.
it could be different. It could be overflowing. Ranjini
Because
ma'am, do you have an answer?
not overflowing. What I'm saying, what I consider the achievement supposed to have been accomplishment, what should have been now. If you ask me, yes, it is full. As on date, I'm like what I should have achieved at the age of 53, I achieved. If in the age of 63, the cup will be the same. But if I have not achieved in the next, say in the next 10 years, if I have not achieved anything, then the cup level will go down.
Yeah, okay, sir. I understood. Thank you. Ranjini ma'am, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, ma'am, it is almost full for me.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your kind participation. And it is nice to hear from all of you. Actually, the cup should be full or half. It is not about, for people who have got a full cup have accomplished a lot, and people who have got half and 3/4 have accomplished less. This cup is being put here to make you all understand, along with me as well. We don't count what we have accomplished. I'm sure everybody in your own situation would have accomplished much more than what the size of the cup is. I hope you agree with me. If you have any disagreements, you can tell. When we want to measure our accomplishment, we say half of the cup, 3/4, or full cup. But I'm sure, small or big, we have accomplished a lot in our lives, depending on how old we are now. But we don't mark that, or we don't count that, or we don't remember that. This is how sometimes we feel very depressing, demotivated, low. When you always think about what you have done in the past, and you have to use those experiences to keep yourself motivated, and then I'm sure you're going to feel more positive than what we are today and achieve much more. Achievement can be anything. I said there are two different type of things: valuable things, valued things, or materialistic things. It is not that I'm telling you not to do that. You can do it, but it has to be a balanced thing that keeps you more happier. And I have another question here. Can you see? I don't have to know what you have achieved, but I want you to answer the second question. Did you celebrate it? How? Can anyone tell? A volunteer, please.
I have written it down in my personal constitution.
I can get you, sir.
I have a personal constitution for myself. So in which I write down like all my accomplishment, remarkable one till date is there in that. It's a page list is there in that.
Did you celebrate it, sir?
Like you have shown, there are some so many number of ways of
Ways to
celebrating.
celebrate it. Okay. Okay.
One is writing down in my personal constitution, which I keep reading every week. So every week
That's
I
good.
see
That's good.
it motivates me, it inspires me.
Okay, good, sir. Good, good. Do anyone want to tell? Have you celebrated your achievement?
No, madam, no.
Yeah. I went to temple and shared with my mentors and parents. Good, that is a way of celebration as well. But don't take it otherwise. The point I'm trying to insist about accomplishment is we don't really celebrate it, because when Sar said, when you remember about the emotions, sad things comes in, okay? When you want to recollect positive things, celebration comes in the first place. So what I wish and what I request you all is like, whatever small or big, celebrate it. That is the most important thing. And that will, again and again, we're talking the same thing and insisting the same thing. Maybe when we talk again, it will, get into ourselves and we can take it in our lives. And I've got another question here. Recent accomplishment. How did you celebrate it? Can anyone share your experience on this? Have an answer here? So I think we are thinking about what we have accomplished recently. Is it? Should I take it that way? I presented it to the students as a motivator. Okay, good. So you see, we start to think what we have accomplished, and we start to think, did we celebrate it? What did we do? These are the thoughts that keeps going on in our mind this moment, including myself. Okay. So, big or small, let us celebrate life. An accomplishment is a part of it. Okay. Slide that tell you about. It is a research done by Nico Rose based on the work of, again, our father of positive psychology, Martin Seligman. And we have listened to different experiences and different, concepts on positive emotions, engagement, relation, meaning, achievement. And there is one you will have it tomorrow by another resource person. But these are considered to be the building blocks of the good life. Whatever that happens in life, that can be brought into this category. Either one or the other, you can bring it. So it is important to feel positive, engage yourself for the experience of flow and personal growth, as Subhashri ma'am said. And how about experiencing affection, friendship on a regular basis, finding meaning of life? All this happens in a regular basis. Please spend some time, give a pause to think, enjoy, and just celebrate your life. With this, I'm completing my presentation on accomplishment. If you have the references that I have used for collecting my material, thank you very much for your kind and patient listening so far. And if you are having any questions, you're open to discuss. I'm done with it.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Chandra. And accomplishment is very important, and recognizing our accomplishment, and not only ours but also others' accomplishment also is very important. And for that, we need to have a smart goal in our life, and there are different strategies we can take it. And given that nuts and bolts of that concept, thank you, Dr. Chandra. Now it is an interaction time. Or any feedback regarding the session, you are welcome.
Sir, I have one observation. Basically, I wanted to clarify also. It's regarding the SMART goals. It should be specific, measurable, all those things. But what I feel is, if the goal is huge, like for example, I want to bring in a social transition in the world. Such kind of things you cannot be specific, or you cannot give a time bound. You can take a very long period, say 25, 30 years, like the way I have taken. You write it down in a book, personal constitution, and then gradually build it. You cannot initially, in the beginning itself, you cannot have a smart form. What is your view on this one, Sunny?
Sir, when coming to a goal, either it be big or small, for example, in your case, you wanted to bring a social transformation, okay, sir, but you will know what kind of transformation you want. That will become the specific goal of your, that will become the specific part of your goal. Social is a huge word, sir. There are many elements in it. But what kind of transformation you wanted to bring in the social element becomes a specific thing of your goal. And
yes,
okay, and how much, how many people you wanted to get benefited, or where it should be the reach, that will become the measurable part of your goal. For example, in 25 years, you can aim to change Tamil Nadu. transformation of the thing in Tamil Nadu, but you can't aim that to happen in the whole of the country. It can happen, sir, it can happen, but certain things you need the time and there is a limit, and that is the attainable part of your goal. Realistic is, again, it can be challenging, there can be barriers in achieving your goal, but still it should be made possible, and that is the realistic part of the goal. And you have clearly mentioned that you want your goal to happen in 25 or 30 years, and that becomes the time limit of your goal. So to me, if it is a small thing or big thing, if you can't fit, or if I can't fit my goal in this thing, then definitely there is something lacking in our goal setting, sir. This is what my experience, this is what I feel.
I have a slightly, I got it. What you're saying is it should be specific. It should have some time bound. There should be clarity in it. But in this, I differ with you a little bit. For example, if you take Mother Teresa, her goal is to go to the slum and work to serve the people. But what she is going to achieve, how many people are going to get involved, how it is going to transform in say 25, 30 years, she's not clear to her. But she had faith in the Almighty, and she had some preparations before stepping out of the Loreto convent. Then the things fell in place. So what I like, for example, my plan, 25, 30 years, it might be very less for accomplishment. But what I feel is it is not I'm going to accomplish. I have written down in my personal constitution. When I keep reading, like all personal constitution, of course, is a very huge concept which contains my dreams, goals, principles, whatever you covered in this accomplishment presentation today, and in the last 3-4 sessions of PERMAV. So all those things are included in the personal concept. It is a comprehensive book. For example, if you take India, in 1947, India did not exist because there was 565 princely states, so huge problems, unimaginable developments needs to be done if we want to catch up with the Western world. But what they did is they wrote it in the constitution, and they gave the power on 26 January 1950, and then most of those leaders passed away. But that Indian constitution stood the test of time and then gradually made possible. Like what we see, the strong and powerful India in the world, one among the recognizable country in the world, it's because it is written in the constitution. But there is no time bound in that, and it is not specific. They told, okay, make an election commission, make a parliament, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Nothing was existing that particular time, but everything was written down. After clarity, after discussion, like a huge discussion took place, clarity emerged. There was so much of arguments, counter arguments, and then they finally wrote it down in a paper, in that booklet, and it is happening now. It is becoming a reality now. So similarly, I feel if it is something huge transformation, if we go by the SMART goal, etc., we may not be able to bring in a major revolution in the world. That is my view. So I just want your view on this.
Sir, thank you for sharing your learnings and experiences here. I agree to whatever you say. Sir, the SMART goal is a better way to lead us in achieving something what we wanted to. For example, there are lots of things that comes in. See, sir, you might be working very hard over years, okay, and you wanted to achieve something at one point of time, but that will happen in delayed time, and that doesn't mean that you have not accomplished it. There are some things that comes without knowing, or like things do happen. That we can't count. But for example, like Sangeeta ma'am said, if she wanted to become a holistic healer in 2 years, and if she don't fix that time frame 2 years, that's going to happen. But when? And she will lose interest, she will lose motivation, she will lose confidence, and she'll really feel low about it. That's what I'm telling. If you can fix a time, and if you can be specific, and you can measure what you wanted to achieve, that will keep you focused and work towards it. That is just a tip. And I'm not denying to what you said, like some things do happen, and that's what I said, sir. Apart from SMART, there is like extended thing is like you have to be prepared for even the failures that's going to happen at the end of your plan. So it is important to have all this in mind before working towards a goal for better achievement. Even if that's not going to happen, that within the stipulated time you have planned, that's okay. But we have to keep working on it. We need a trigger, sir. That's what is about SMART goals. If we are not clear about what we wanted to achieve, when we wanted to achieve, then I don't know, that might not happen also. So if I wanted to find a job, I have to say in 6 months, I have to be like, voraciously search on the internet to find where are the jobs available, and I have to apply and I have to give my interviews, I have to get at it. But without framing that 6 months time, if I just think I wanted to have a job, sir, for Mother Teresa, social reformation was her dream, and that came true. But for me, finding a job is my dream. You understand, sir? Depending on the persons and their ambition, the value of the goal is different to person based on their needs. So we can't compare this and that. But I'm sure if we can plan on this smart thing by goal setting, we'll be more focused. That is the only thing I can tell you, sir. There are many things that can externally influence on our achievement, but we can't take control of all the things. This smartness is within ourselves. It is in our control. It is in our hands. So if we can take a hold of it, we can deal it better. That's my view, sir. But what you say also, I agree only. I don't deny what you said, because there are many things that are coming from outside, and we can't judge everything. So smart goal is useful. I can't say it is not helpful. It is always useful, and it depends on what you think and how you think. So this is my view, sir. And if anybody has anything to say on this, you're most welcome. So if we have questions, we can discuss, or if you can give your feedback, we would be glad to listen to you, and then we can wind up.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra and Suresh sir, for the wonderful answer. Only thing is, I fully agree with you. For like getting a job, etc., it cannot go timeless. It cannot be limited. It has to be there. At the same time, I'm fully with you with the smart goal. But when you want to have my understanding, why I'm asking you again and again, because I'm clarifying with a highly qualified psychologist whether I'm in the dream world or whether I'm in the wrong direction. Because certain things when I read, like Mother Teresa's biography or Bhagavad Gita, like what Lord Krishna says is, you might take a huge goal, and whether you are capable of doing or not, don't worry, because once you do it as an offering to me, like of course I'm going little philosophical direction. Once you do it as an offering to the Almighty, you will have the infinite power of the Almighty. Like the things will fall in place and it will work. So in that case, we cannot fix up a time frame. We cannot look for the end result, because the end result is in the prerogative of the Almighty. The nature will decide whether that should come or not. But we should work. So that is the Mother Teresa's. One is a smart goal. Another is Mother Teresa's approaches. You have the faith in the Almighty, and then just plunge into it, and things will fall in place. So
that's what I told you, Muthu sir. Link the values to your goals, and these are some of the values that the people have linked to their goals, and they have achieved it. You agree now?
Yeah, now I got it. It's a value when you link it with the
That is
principles
what,
and the time-tested values.
sir. A smart goal is just a useful tip. I don't say it's just a tip. It is one important thing that we can take in care in achieving a goal or in planning a goal. That is goal setting only. But there are many things that comes in line when we are towards it. So I told you two things. One is linking values to achievements and bringing beliefs into reality. So there are many steps that are involved in achieving a goal, and smartness is one helpful thing for setting a goal.
So,
While during the process, you have a lot of things that comes, and you have to get along with it and then move on, sir. Thank you very much, sir. You have shared a nice thing along with the.
So thank you for clarifying this particular thing to me also, because this was bothering me, because I'm attending so many sessions in the last 4 weeks organized by Tamil Nadu College of Engineering. So this doubts whatever I'm raising, it's actually a kind of inner conflict. I'm just clarifying with a qualified psychologist, like that is
Because we cannot generalize values, no sir. Your values are different from my values, but your goals are different from my goals. Okay, but if I can link my values to the goals, then I can achieve it. This is what I just try to connect it. And again, I'm telling you that smartness is important in goal setting. But when we are through it, we might have a lot of barriers or obstacles and things like that. There you have to put in your beliefs, you have to put in your values, and you have to just
principles.
Ultimately, the important thing is we have to accomplish or achieve it, and just not stop there. Kindly celebrate it. That's the message I wanted to leave with the session today, sir. And I'm also a budding learner of all these subjects, so I think I did some justice to what I have learned and shared with you. So thank you so much. And if you have no questions, can we wind it up?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So see you all tomorrow in see you all tomorrow in another session on vitality by another resource person, Dr. Jayanti. So have a nice evening until then. See you tomorrow. Bye.